Yo, what is up boys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys 7 of the best ways to improve in Chapter 5, Season 3 of Fortnite. Before we jump in, did you guys know that only 5% of you are subscribed? If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It really helps out my channel a lot. Now let's get on to the video. Let's be honest guys, this season, rotations are something else. But I'm going to be able to help you make rotating so much easier. So first, they're the obvious things. You can use stuff like nitro splashes or nitro fists to move across the map in no time. But even with these items, you still may die on your rotations. That's where the dead side of zone comes in. The dead side of zone is essentially just the part of the circle that has the least amount of people in it. This can usually be spotted automatically because the people that are holding the medallions are usually on the opposite side of dead side. So then, as you're rotating into the later zones, all you have to do is just run into zone and then box up. So as you're running into zone and you're rotating, and after you box up, you need to start looking back into storm for eliminations and refreshes. That way you're never running low on mats and ammo. So how are we going to be able to improve our rotations? By using creative maps like Zone Wars. But creative can be used for so many different things, not just rotations. So if you ever have free time, or if you're ever warming up, try out some box fights, 1v1s, or zone wars, because in my opinion, these kinds of maps make it extremely easy to improve in a very short amount of time. If you need to know how to improve in box fights, I have a video on my channel that I'll link in the description for you guys. So by now, you've improved your rotations and mechanics, but you're not fulfilled. By this point, not many people are. So you need to have a way to apply these new skills, right? Obviously, now you can start to play or continue to play ranked and improve your rank day by day. But what happened? You stopped improving. It's only because you plateaued in ranked and you're tired of creative. Well, now you need to start meeting new people in the Fortnite community through Discord or through YouTube that have the same goal as you have, which is to improve. As you find some like-minded people, you will now be back on the ranked grind and maybe even dabbling into some tournaments. Obviously, competitive Fortnite is not what it was because World Cup was something different, but it still has major advantages for improving quickly. So playing tournaments, you're able to get a feel for what it's really like to understand the game from a pro perspective. And also, as time goes on, you start to play more tournaments, you're destined to improve. It's just impossible to not improve. And maybe, even with the Solo Victory Cup coming up every single Monday, you have a high chance of getting your first earnings. But obviously, you can't play tournaments all the time, and everyone gets bored of ranked. So, you need to be finding good competition to be 1v1ing and box fighting to keep your game sense and your mechanics crisp and sharp. Because once you take your foot off the gas, you start to fall behind. That's where playing with better players comes in. You may be the best in your friend group, but you're definitely not the best in the world. So you need to go find some Discord servers that have good players in it and take advice from them, as well as go against them in 1v1s and box fights to see how you stack up against good competition. Sadly, if you're like me, you're gonna get discouraged on your road to success, but that's okay. You just need to adapt to a new mindset. This is much easier said than done, but over time, you're gonna start to see changes. If you're new to competitive, you're not going to have the same problems that people with more experience face. For example, after a tournament match, a while back, I died off spawn and I broke a keyboard until it was almost in half. This is called tilting. This is when you get angry and just kind of lash out after a match. And unless you have unlimited money, you need to refrain from doing things like this. But how are we going to be able to change this? It's actually easier than you might think. All you need to do is just A, improve to where you're not dying as much, and you're a better fighter with better mechanics, and also B, you just have to relax. You can't take the game too serious because after all it is just a game. But in this game, you have to have a good loadout. And many of you guys probably have your favorite loadout, and I have mine as well. I'm going to go ahead and just give it to y'all. It consists of the Combat Assault Rifle, Gatekeeper Shotgun, Nitro Fist, or the Nitro Splashes. Both are really good for rotating, and also both are really good for getting in people's boxes and doing a lot of damage. And for the last two spots, I just carry two heals. It just depends on what I'm playing. That kind of depends on what my heals are. If I'm playing a tournament, I'm usually carrying two whites. But if I'm playing ranked, I'm usually carrying one blue heal and one white heal. For all you guys out there that don't know what loadout you want to rock, just go check out some videos on YouTube of the best loadouts to carry for different game modes. Also, if you watched this far, comment the number 56 so I can see who the real ones are. Anyways, another good way to improve is just watching YouTube videos like this one, just to see on what you can do to get better at the game, to get your first earnings, or just be better than your friends. Each person has their own preference. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out my Twitch. I stream on Wednesdays and Fridays over there. And as always, stay humble and love God. Peace.